What's cropping up, stockers? Zach, the stock cropper. It's time to plant some of the crops, I guess, so to speak. So this disaster of seed corn bags and empty fertilizer tanks means one thing. Our corn is all planted, and now it's time to put the stock cropper stuff in. Also a casualty of spring, my door off of my MX240. That's another story for another day. Okay, the wind never stops blowing, so we're probably gonna have some wind noise today. I'll do my best to shield you all from that. So we're getting ready to start our planting process of corn and soybeans in between our pasture strips that we've already got established here, and I'm going to show you the rig we're using to do that. So I got to start off with illustrating our plot setup, and a special shout out to my old employer Harlan Osmus and Osmus Farm Supply for the use of this very, very nice plot rig. With JX80 case tractor, 4-row 7,000 units. It's got every bell and whistle you could want on for a plot planter. So the first thing we're going to start off with is seeding our soybeans in our corn and soybean intercropped stripped areas here. So you can see we've got a cereal rye cover crop that we're going to be planting in. We're going to have to terminate this probably maybe as early as tomorrow morning. But we've already got a good, probably 8 to 10 inches of growth here. It's probably the best spring we've had for cover crop in a long time. It was really fun planting all my corn into this green oasis. So anyway, we'll get to it. And we're off to the races. So we're planting into our strip tilled cover crop at an angle. Let's see if I can turn around without getting off. Complete with ag leader and Integra. Trying to get any better than this. A high-speed planting wouldn't be as popular with an open cab station, I think. So we planted our 4 rows down. However, we only want 6 rows of beans, so it's real simple. Turn around, we get lined up, and I'm not lined up, I can't count, but then what we do in order to just plant 2 rows back is we just shut these outside 2 rows off, and it'll do a little disturbance here to these strips with it running, but this is going to be where our summer pass of pasture. We're going to come and kill this rye off, and then we're going to plant next to the beans here. We will have our summer strip of Japanese millet or pearl millet, I can't remember, and some Sudan grass to graze us in the middle of July on. So we got the 2 strips of beans in, and now we are flopping out the bean meters to get the corn meters put on. All right, we got the corn units put on. We switched the transmission, so we're up to, I think, about 36,000 for a base population. We're gonna do a round here to make sure we've got everything good, and then we're gonna stop so across the planter we have a static 36,000. When we actually get over to our intercrop piece, we're going to change the sprockets on the meters to speed the outside rows up to get higher population, and I'll show you that when we get there. Okay, so we did our test run, and now what we've done is it took a little bit more time than I'd like, but these sprockets hadn't been taken off in a long time. So what we did was, now we're in our high population setting where we flip the sprocket on the outside. So we have an 11-tooth sprocket now driving, and that speeds us up. So we'll have about 60,000 pop on the outside row. So on our 6 rows that we did the planter, we went 61, 42, and then 35, and we just did that twice with the outside row shut off. Now we're going to do our 4 row blocks that we have left, and so we're just going to run a 42,000 on the inside 2 row units, and then on the outside the higher gearing for 61,000. So follow the black line. CTK engaged. So day 2 of stock cropper planting, I switched back to the big planter. I'm putting in some 60-inch corn right now. My monitor's chirping at me. Running a population of about 44,000 in this. And now some 90-inch corn. So this is going to be, I think, our hay slash parking area when we have our field day later this summer. Cereal rye is getting plenty tall. It's already like 18 inches, so I think I'm just going to leave this and make the neighbors wonder. And I'll probably bale this down or something so that we can have some hay for the critters next winter. But just finished up the 60 and the 90-inch corn spacing, and I've got to get the burn down on top of that. We've got no wind today, so I'm going to try to maybe get that set up and make that happen. So yeah. And that is a wrap. 2021 planning. So there you have it. The 2021 stock cropper planting sessions are almost at a close. We only have one more thing to plant, and those are our summer grazing strips, which will probably go in the next 2 weeks. We'll go out and get them started. We got to do some burn down of our cover crop before the corn and beans come up, and get stuff cleaned up for them. Maybe put a little bit of nitrogen on with the Y droppers, where we used that plot planter yesterday and didn't have nitrogen on the planter. Other than that, it's just hurry up and wait for things to grow and for the barns to get constructed. And that stuff continues to move along, and I'm hoping that we will have barns here. At least the first big one will probably be closer to the 1st of June. And the smallest, the Cluster Cluck Nano, I think we're going to call it, is going to be coming probably about the middle of June is the timeline right now. So lots of things to come. We're going to get our baby chicks here in the next, I think, couple of weeks. May 15th, they're supposed to show up. We've got the baby goats and baby sheep over at my place that are doing really well. And we've got pigs lined up from the Sheldon Stevemer Farms, Easton, Minnesota, once again. So, and also cattle from the Ball Vance cattle operation just a couple miles north of us here. So we're going to have a true cluster cluck of biological diversity here on Highway 9 east of Buffalo Center. And if you want to see solar corridors from 30 feet, 20 feet, 10 feet, down to, let's see, 60-inch corn and 90-inch corn. We will have everything here on display with livestock roaming in between it. So that's the update after a very long and grueling without a break planting season here in the northern hinterlands. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.